we get to the end of the episode where we find out how Kai manipulated Meadows into trying to kill him. Basically, she got jealous and wanted out of the cult, and so he had Harrison and the other guy, Billy Eichner's character, tie her up. And he said, when cats go missing, people put out flyers. When you go missing, nobody's gonna care. You're nothing. And I guess he just kept her there for a while. Then he basically he was trying to like untie her a little bit. Not really untie her, but just unbuckle her pants so he could sleep with her. And he ended up seducing her into, being the one who went and did that mass killing and, shot him. She basically was just like, I can't do it. I'll freak out. I'll crack under pressure. She's like, oh, you can do it. You're the only one I can trust to do it. And he's feeding her all this garbage while screwing her. And this scene is so freaky. But I was just like, Kai, he is the master manipulator. But I like Evan Peters in this role. I really do. I feel like this is just one of his best characters ever. But he basically ends up sleeping with her, and she ends up killing all these innocent people. She shoots him, then she kills herself. And Allie is there trying to tell her not to, and she was just like, this is what true love looks like. And she just killed herself. And then you see Kai being, in the ambulance, and at first he has this look on his face like, and then he smiles. Like, this is all I wanted to do. This is what I wanted. She did it. And it was just like, and they mentioned Charles Manson in this. And I really can't wait to see the next episode and what's going to happen in the episodes to come. This was really good. I'm going to give this like a 4.5. Yeah. Anywho, I hope you subscribe to my channel, share it on Facebook, Twitter, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at The Virgo Vixen, and I'll see you in my next video. I will be doing a It movie review full of spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, don't don't watch, but I hope you do watch. And next week, I hope they really bring it for the 7th episode. Hope we have like 4 more, 5 more. Anyway, this season is really good. I'll see you in my next video. Hey YouTube, it's Floyd Fan since 2000, better known as that Virgo Vixen. I am here with an all-new American Horror Story cult review. I'm going to leave a description for my other review for AHS for episode 4 and 5 in the description box. I hope you will watch those and like and subscribe. All that good stuff. Let's get into this episode. This is episode 6 of American Horror Story Cult, called Midwestern Assassination. Now, this episode is kind of controversial, so Ryan Murphy decided to edit a lot of it out, and he wanted to be respectful of the people who were injured and lost their lives in the Las Vegas shooting. And I understand more. At first I was a little bit like, okay, but I have watched the unedited version, and I see why he edited some of that out. The opening episode starts with the shooting, and first all we see is somebody just randomly, guns going off, bullets flying everywhere, and we see Ivy, and the unedited version they show Billy Eichner's character, and he's trying to cover Ivy. He's just like, run, run, and he runs away. But then you got all these other innocent people who are just trying to run and take cover. This guy is trying to help Ivy, but he ends up getting shot and killed. He reaches his hand towards Ivy, and then he just dies. And it's a lot of other people that they didn't show in the edited version just losing their lives, like innocent people just being shot and killed. And I get why they edited that part out, because this felt a little bit more serious than a lot of the other episodes. It's kind of like a drama / comedy, but this one just seemed a little bit more serious, probably because of the Las Vegas shooting. But yes, this episode for me was like a 4 out of 5. Maybe a little 4.5 out of 5, maybe. I really liked it. And then we got Allie, who we see being arrested as the shooter, and I was just like, really, Allie? Allie is the one who did it, but we found that it was Meadows, and we found out that Kai was the one who talked her into doing it, trying to kill him, just to up his ante and his goals or whatever, to victimize him like he did before with the Mexicans attacking him, even though he provoked them first. And then we go back to seeing Allie across the street, running back into her house after seeing Meadows in the grave. And she, is Meadows comes there and she's just like, everybody's a part of this cult. Ivy, your wife, everybody. And she's just like, she's on the phone with Ivy and she hangs up the phone. And then she goes over, she brings a mace and a butcher knife, and she goes over and she helps rescue Meadows. And I was just like, I don't know if that was a good idea. I mean, I kind of want to believe Meadows, but I know how weak-minded she is. I know how easily she is manipulated, especially by like Kai and her husband. So I didn't really understand why she was helping her. I would have just minded my own business. But Ivy, Allie is home alone, and they prey on her. They know that she'll do it. So she goes and rescues Meadows, and she goes back to the hotel room, and she just basically just tells her that, this is part of a cult, and she doesn't say she's a part of it or was a part of it. So I was just kind of like, I think she just playing Allie. And what ends up happening, Allie calls the psychiatrist, who of course is a part of it. And I don't think Meadows knows that he was a part of it or not, but she doesn't say anything. She basically just says, I got to go somewhere. I want you to stay here with the therapist, and she'll tell you what's going on, or, what's happening with the cult and everything. And she goes to see this woman who was at Kai's press conference or meeting, and basically she was challenging Kai and said, you want to scare everybody, that you're not a conservative, you're not this. And he was just like, I am a conservative. Fear is how we get people in line. And she goes to see her, and she's talking to her about, they have an understanding. Next thing you know, the clowns come in, and Allie was trying to tell her about the cult and what's going on, and they come busting in, about to kill her. It was the woman from a hotel. It took me a minute to realize that, but she ends up running because she's just like, oh my God, clowns, I can't. And the girl is like, calm down. The woman's like, calm down. She grabs her gun, and instead of shooting them and killing them, she just points to them. And I'm just like, kill them, shoot them. And she's just like, which one do I kill first? And I'm just like, kill all of them. But they end up attacking her, getting her gun. Meanwhile, Allie is like in her house, in the bathroom, hiding, screaming, freaking out. And you see that they end up making her death look like it was a suicide. They put it on Facebook, and she's just like, nobody's gonna believe that. And Kaya's like, of course they will. It's on Facebook. Which is just like, really, I guess Facebook is official. Some people believe what they read on social media. So they see, they hear somebody, and they come down the hall, and she sees Ivy in the mask, with her mask on, and she just looks at her. She goes, Ivy? And when she doesn't say anything, I think she knows it's her. And she doesn't squeal and say, Allie's over here. She just kind of ignores her. And she ends up getting away, going back to the therapist, who was just like, where were you? Where were you? And she was like, where's Meadows? She was just like, she left. So, but she didn't say anything about a cult. She's like, she didn't tell you about the cult. She goes, no. He goes, and I don't want to freak you out, but whatever you think you saw, I think it's best for you to just check yourself into a psychiatric ward and get the help that you need. And I'm just like, really? They are really just putting Allie through all of this crap. Everybody's in on it. And people who are not in on it are getting killed off, like the woman today. So, she's basically just at square one with nobody believing her. And then you meet Meadows, who was explaining to Allie that, she got sucked up into the cult by basically meeting Kai, and him showing her what love really was. The way that he looked at her was better than sex, better than anything. She was just so taken with him. You know, he gave her a purpose, and they show how she was the one who killed the neighbors in the first episode, and how he came there and was kissing her and just making her feel like she belonged there. And I was just like, Kai, Evan Peters in this role, even though I love Evan Peters, this role is really good. He is really a creepy guy. But for some reason, I'm so turned on by Kai. Like, Evan Peters is ripping his role. He was so hot for me, even though I know I would never, ever get with him because he's just creepy. You know, basically she says how she was in love with Harrison from the first time she saw him, but she didn't know love until she saw Kai. And then Kai and Ivy have this pinky swear thing where she just basically tells him that she dreads laying in bed next to her wife. You know, and basically we find out that Allie, not Ivy, was the one who gave birth to Ozzy. And I was surprised because the son looks just like Ivy. So I don't know how that worked out. Maybe they used her egg. I don't know, but anyway, she was jealous because she wanted to be the one to have the baby and have the contractions and the pain and feel all that. But Allie's the one who did it, and she kind of would always hog the baby and breastfeed him and make sure that they just had a stronger bond than Ivy did. And she was just like, she said my baby, and Kai was just like, she did that so that she would have something over you, make you feel like you were nothing. And she was just like, wow, I would do anything just to carry the child and have it, but I couldn't do that. And you get to see that she really does hate Allie, and that's why she's a part of her losing her mind, a part of this cult. And Meadows tries to tell Allie, but she doesn't really believe it.